This is jazz. And so is this. This is jazz. These are jazz hands. Jazzercise. That's my friend Jazz. Wait, I'm getting off track. Right, jazz music. What is jazz music? Well, it uses propulsive, syncopated rhythms, polyphonic ensemble playing, and often deliberate distortions of pitch and timbre. Yeah, don't worry, I don't know what any of that means either. Jazz is kind of hard to define, but you know it if you hear it. It's not as predictable as pop, and there can be a lot of improvisation, where musicians get a chance to show off their skills. Oh, and you don't necessarily need an instrument. This is called scatting. It's a vocal technique singers use to make their voice sound like an instrument. Even Beyoncé approves. Jazz music originated in the late 18th century in the African American communities of New Orleans in the US. It's rooted in blues and ragtime music. But it also borrows from other styles. African drums, opera, and marching bands were all really popular in New Orleans at the time. Musicians like Nick LaRocca and the Dixie Band and Buddy Bolden, who are considered the OG jazz masters, took elements of these styles of music and fused them together to get that distinct jazzy sound. Fast forward to the 1920s and jazz really took off. It spread right around the US, with cities like Chicago and New York becoming famous for their jazz scene. It influenced the way people dressed, the way people danced, and musicians became household names, like Louis Armstrong, Ella Fitzgerald,
was the joy of mine.
Miles Davis, Nina Simone,
Hey, I want your love and I don't want to borrow. I bet today to give back tomorrow.
and Herbie Hancock.
He's kind of the master of jazz.
These very lucky music students got to meet the jazz legend recently when he paid a visit to Sydney for International Jazz Day.
Jazz is like famous for being a kind of music that really supports the people that are performing it. You know, and that's a good lesson that we all, as human beings, need to learn.
The jazz didn't stop there. Over the weekend, more than 5,000 school students took part in the annual Generations of Jazz Festival in South Australia. They got to watch some local masters at work and compete for serious prizes. And there was some serious talent on show. And for everyone who went, it was just a chance to celebrate all that jazz.